Over the course of the week on my channel, I'm going to be posting 3 videos dissecting the 3 main characters in Spy X Family. Brand new anime is about to come out, so let's talk about it. Starting off with the first character, the rock and the foundation of the entire series, Twilight. Twilight is smart. He's cunning, he's a spy, he's all around a good dude. We first meet Twilight in the middle of a badass mission he's finishing up. This guy is changing identities like twice. He breaks up with a girl and recovers the intel he needs. The idea of having a normal life is out the window for him. We see early on in Twilight's life that he's had a very hard upbringing. Okay, we only actually see one panel of this, but it's pretty sad. Being a spy is his job, and he's doing it for you, the people of this world. He's the best of the best. He can do no wrong, and all goes well until he gets his next mission. He has to adopt a kid and marry a girl in a week. See, I know how that feels.
This right here is my goal to hit by the end of April. We're gonna need to hit 8 to 9 to 10 subscribers a day to do this. And right now we're on track. So if you enjoy this video, help me out.
The story is pretty wholesome. We follow these 3 unique individuals try to live a semi-normal life with each other without giving away their secret identity. Twilight has to do this because his mission depends on it. He needs his new daughter Anya to do well in school so he can murder some kid's dad and stop a civil war. It's honestly, it's pretty lighthearted. Twilight is constantly struggling in this mission. It's honestly the best. The hardest mission of all is parenthood. It's especially difficult for him because he has a wife like Yor and a daughter like Anya running around. We're gonna get into those 2 later. Twilight is a man's man. He's smart and calculated, constantly thinking ahead and doing what's best for the mission. At least he was. See, when we first get introduced to Twilight, he's very set on his goals, but the more he spends time with his fake family, the more loose he gets. He starts developing an actual bond for the new members of his family, and this is when the story gets good. Twilight on his own is a pretty decent character, but it's how the other characters play off of him that really makes him shine. Anya and Twilight have a really fun dynamic early on, especially when it was just them 2. The 2 bickering and clashing with one another was so great. The story does a really good job in showing that right out the gate. In the first chapter, which I won't spoil because it's gonna be in the first episode, go watch the anime, you're gonna see an amazing example of this. I don't even need to go over it, but for the people who know, you know. That shit's funny. I really like the shot of these 2. I think it perfectly describes their relationship and dynamic with one another. Sometimes I can't even tell if his feelings for her are real or if they're fake. This guy is just way too good at his job. The man is doing the most sometimes. He'll be sitting on rooftops watching to make sure Anya's having a good day at school. Sometimes he'll even put on a mask to change his identity and directly walk through the halls of the school. This guy is always 2 steps ahead of everyone. He knows what you're thinking before you think it and does everything he can to make you think otherwise, except when Anya is involved. Anya is like the paper to his rock. She gives this dude such a hard time, but like she's a kid, so it's understandable. Twilight has his hands full with Anya, so having another parent around would make things a lot easier, right? Kinda. Twilight also doesn't know Yor's true identity, so his judgments on situations are very off at times. He's constantly stressing about whether or not he's being a good husband to his fake wife. Twilight's honestly the most normal out of the entire cast of characters. Even though he's a spy, I feel like he keeps the story very grounded and kind of stops it from going really crazy. Without him, the story would be just an absurd mess. Later down the line, we get introduced to new characters with new identities and new subplots and new things the family has to look out for, but that's a story for another day. And honestly, it doesn't even matter, because take out all those subplots, all those side characters, all those new characters, everything they add on later to keep the story interesting. And what do you have left? You have 3 members of a family. And why are the members there? Because one dude needed to complete his mission, and that one guy is Twilight. Twilight is the best.